Hi Capricorn, welcome to Magpie Moonchild. My name is Kayleigh. This is your general Tarotscope for the week ahead for your sign. Please excuse the please excuse the fan going. It's really hot here today while I'm filming this, so I have the fan blowing. I'm also in one of the children's rooms because my tarot room is full of kitchen stuff because the kitchen is being refurbed. As I'm in this room, I do have guinea pigs. They're currently going. They may make noises and they may well drink from their water bottle. And as I say that, they drink from their water bottle because obviously it's hot and they need a drink. And they're just trying to get through this as much as we can with this little heat wave. Obviously there's cars going past too. Right, let's see what we have for you. Let's see what we have. I feel like there's a lack of control, Capricorn, this week, if I'm honest. Oh, by the way, housekeeping is all down below. There's a lack of control. Wanting to have control of something and not being able to have control of it, and that's very unsettling, and that's kind of unsettling, and the fundamentals, the foundation of everything kind of feels like it's crumbling because you can't control certain aspects of something, like control's been taken away from you for something. Okay, let's see. I don't mean that like manipulative control necessarily, but like there's an aspect of control being comforting to you. Or at least to have a handle or a say or some sort of aspect of an input into something, and not having an input or not being able to get a handle on how to deal with something or to have direct effect on something is frustrating and unsettling and breaking you down. Okay, let's see what we've got for you. Yeah, the lack of control bringing in the anxiety and the overwhelm and the stress. And it's almost like the more you try to think of a logical way to deal with it, the more you try different things and they don't work out, the more you're getting this anxiety, this overwhelm, this stress, this even to the point where it is actually taking the toll on your mental health. Like, I can't get a handle on it. I can't understand why this is happening. It's unraveling. You know, I'm unsettled. Things are coming in that I just can't control. Keeping you up at night. Just that kind of level of anxiety and overwhelm. And when we can't control something, when we have no handle on something, it's frustrating and it just fuels this anxiety. And it's like a vicious cycle, right? And then it puts you on super alert, so any tiny little thing is going to set you off edge because you're already on high alert and you're like, oh my god, this is so much more impactful because you're in this state of anxiety and overwhelm and oh my goodness, what's going on, that as soon as that hits, any little thing is just going to be just another wave of it. It's going to be overwhelming. You cannot deal with anything more because you're not in a place where you have a handle on the anxiety right now and the stress. It's also leaving you in a negative space. So what is a neutral action is being perceived as, or even somebody trying to be positive, because you're in such a negative headspace, you're actually taking the negative skew of these actions that people are doing, when really it's either positive or it's meant with the best will. It may not be the most productive and they may not be aware that what they're doing is actually harmful. But maybe this is because this is communication, right? Maybe that's come from a lack of communication, a lack of understanding. I just feel like it's like anything anybody does, you're going to have a negative skew on it because of this mindset, this super alert for anything that is a potential danger or threat to you. I kind of feel like somebody's attacking you or a threat to you, and they're not a threat to you. They're actually quite neutral or actually care for you deeply, but you're seeing that as a threat for whatever reason, because you're in this negative, anxious headspace, and anything they do is going to be taken as an attack because you're in that high alert. You're in the defensive position, which isn't your fault. It's just being aware that you're in that space and that may be the situation, that nobody's doing anything to hurt you intentionally. It's the way you're receiving it, right? You can't change someone's behaviour, you can only change how you react to it. It just feels like high alert, like you're on the lookout for danger, and maybe there's no danger there in the first place, but any little thing that could be misconstrued, if you're in a negative place, that can be skewed to being negative, is being blown up 100 times because of the sensitivity, the level of sensitivity to it. So maybe it's about taking the anxiety and the emotion and the overwhelm out of it and looking down on it and going, taking yourself out of it and going, okay, how could this have been intended? Like, has someone done something to hurt me? Or has someone just done something? And because of where I am, I'm taking it as an attack. Like, somebody offering to do something for you can genuinely just be someone going, here, I'm here to lighten your load. Like, I could do this. It's a 2-minute job for me. Here's some help. Here's some information. Or here's something I've done for you, which maybe they should have asked to do it in the first place. But you've taken them going, this is a way to help you. Like, I've just done this off the good, like, kindness. I've just done it. I thought, oh, I'd like to do this for them. They've done it as a gift almost. They've gone, oh, this would help. Maybe this will help you. You go, well, clearly they think something, I'm not capable. Clearly they think what I've got isn't good enough. That's why they've done it. That's why they've offered help, because they're just trying to be nice, a nice way of saying that it's not good enough, that I'm not working very well. When really all they're trying to do is show you a kindness. Because they've gone, do you know what, this would make their day a little bit easier, and I'm just here to make their day a little bit easier. Not, I think they're shit and I'm going to go and pick up all what they're doing and I'm going to do it for them and make them look bad. That's not necessary. But if you're in a negative headspace and you're already hypercritical of yourself because you've got yourself to this place with no confidence, that anything anybody does as a kindness, it's almost like you're so overwhelmed with work and you're getting overloaded because you're overthinking it, or you're thinking that, and you haven't got the clear thought processes to streamline your work. And so you're, instead of kind of doing all the ones that do this and all the ones that need this, you're working through each thing individually and getting frustrated. And somebody goes, well, if you just do this bit this way, and then this way, and then this bit, and then this bit, and you do all of them in those stages, you're already in the mindset of doing this function, just streamlining it and production lining it almost, making it more energy efficient. But you're going, well, they've told me I'm doing it all wrong. No, they're just going, hey, I've realised this works. Give this a go, see if it works for you. Rather than, you're doing that completely wrong. Why are you doing it that way? That's not how anybody's talking. Or say, it can be as simple as, if you're in this place, this anxiety, this overwhelm, this negative place, this self-critical place, and somebody goes, oh, we're going to the pub tonight. And they go, oh, well, they've maybe had a conversation where they go, oh, she'll be busy doing that with so-and-so. But then you see all the photos of the night out and you're going, well, why didn't they invite me? They clearly don't like me anymore. They don't want to be my friend anymore. They don't want to work with me. They don't want to be with me. They've not been a traitor because they've spent time with someone else. They've just gone for a night out with their friends. And maybe they did consider you in the decision making, but maybe it was, well, we won't do that because Gemma does yoga on a Thursday night and they don't know that your class isn't back up running yet, or that you don't do that anymore, or that you were even free. And yeah, maybe they should have contacted you, but they weren't excluding you out of malice because they didn't want to see you. They just assumed wrongly that you were busy doing something else. Or maybe it was a spur of the moment thing and they happened to be together and then they ended up going out for the night, and there is no malice with anybody spending time with other people. So it's about maybe communicating that you feel this way about it, and then they can go, I did not intend for it to be that way. It was this. We were just in the supermarket, saw each other and went, I feel like going out tonight. Yeah, I feel like going out tonight. They went home, got changed and went out. It can be as simple as that. There was no forethought or intent or malice or premeditation. It could just happen that way. And then afterwards, when they see the pictures, you see the pictures and you go, they excluded me. They didn't exclude you. They weren't necessarily including everybody. Or you weren't even a factor in the decision making, in the sense that you weren't a factor. That's neutral. So, and like if somebody naturally works better with somebody else, or we move and flow in different places. We're never in the same mood 2 days in a row. Friendships go through phases where you're all together at one point and then away the next. But it's about recognizing that maybe something wasn't done maliciously, or it wasn't done with ill intent. And that maybe, just maybe, they were trying to even be helpful. Or just understand something, or understand, maybe they've not communicated with you and gone, oh, sorry, I didn't even realise that that was a point that you are sensitive about. Especially in the work environment. Because Capricorns love to perform in the work environment, to be the top of their game, to be flawless, to know exactly what they're doing, to be in control of their work environment. And if you're struggling in the work environment, that can be even more sensitive and more overwhelming for you. But again, if you're struggling and you feel that sensitive about it, you should be communicating to someone that maybe you do want support, rather than being offended when someone might have recognised that you may be struggling in an area and they've tried to come about it in a kind way, rather than directly go, you're struggling, what can I do? So it's about appreciating that overwhelm and anxiety can make us respond to things in a negative way, and to have more confidence in your ability as well, and more confidence in yourself. Like, it is very much about building up self-confidence, building up, because a lot of the anxiety from personal experience, my anxiety, comes from a lack of trust in myself or belief in myself, and being overly critical of myself. And that's a lot of anxiety and mental health issues, is a lack of trust in self and your abilities and your talents. So it's just a case of building your confidence back up, finding your fire, getting in touch with the unapologetically awesome person you are, and being kind to yourself, to recognize that this is where you are right now and this is where you want to be, and that's going to be a journey to get there, and it's going to be work, and it's about changing thought patterns. And if you are in this place where you are that overwhelmed, you need to speak up. You need to either go and get help from a medical professional or a therapist, somebody a professional in the field that can help you with that anxiety and that overwhelm. It's okay to need support, because I'm pretty sure you would tell other people in this situation to go and get that support. And if you're struggling with learning something to the point where you're that critical, if you're in a role where you're learning something or having to adapt the way you work, it's okay to require support and mentorship and what's the word, coaching. If you are struggling with something, it's okay to say, I don't understand the way you're explaining it to me, could you help me in another way? Or maybe if someone's saying, have you tried doing it like this, that's them trying to be a kind of sideways way into, I think you need support, is this a way we could do this, is this a better way to help you, rather than you asking the question. Because you may not be asking the question and they're going, they clearly need help, how can I come into this and give them the support without going, you're not doing it right, you're struggling. So it's about looking at how you're responding to people's behaviour, and don't get me wrong, some behaviour absolutely is unquestionably negative, and maybe they are doing it to undermine your confidence. Maybe that's what they're doing. But the fact that it's coming out as this anxiety and mental anguish kind of side means to me it's more of a thought, the way your brain is currently balanced chemically or thought process, that is making it come across as. Whereas you need to have more confidence in yourself and your abilities to recognise that you're not hopeless, that you are very capable, that you are very passionate, that you are very driven. And at this point, being very driven and wanting to be perfect and amazing and great and celebration worthy in the way you perceive it as celebration worthy and praiseworthy, and to get to this point where you feel confident and whole, is maybe being affected by the fact that if you're overwhelmed, you can't learn anything. If you're overwhelmed, you cannot process things fully. So it's about giving yourself the time and the space and recognizing negative thought patterns and how they affect your behavior or your progress or your ability to even work through something, especially mentally. I hope that is of some use to you, Capricorn. Hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye for now.